I was gonna start the video with some prolonged opening about how there's X amount of manga available in 2026, but let's be honest, you didn't come here for that. I don't know what you came here for, but I came here to talk about manga. Some popular, some upcoming, some just fun. So let's talk manga. Ruri Dragon's internet's new biggest sweetheart. I swear I can't run away from it no matter what. Every manga channel is covering it and can't beat them. Make a whole section about it. It even got official translation in physical in Poland, which made me pick it up and for once it was cheap to get and I could enjoy reading something in physical, which I don't have a lot of chances to get. If you still don't know, Ruri Dragon is a story about a high school girl that develops dragon attributes over time. That's a short of it. It's very similar to other series I like, Kaiju Girl Carmelis. It's actually getting an anime, with exception that Ruri Dragon is much more for boys than Kaiju Girl, especially in presentation. What I really like about this manga is that a lot of time it just kind of forgets about the whole dragon thing, which I find charming, just giving you a lot of room to breathe so supernatural aspect isn't so fantasy. Just what you would do if you woke up as a half dragon. But when it comes to characters, after reading 2 volumes that I bought, I can't help but I think that everybody here is kind of mini bombini. But that can make sense in stories about teenagers. They tend to be unapologetically honest to people's faces, so I don't see it as a bad part. To finish off talking about this manga, I think art style is nice and clean. Personally, I couldn't help but read the story in not only allegory about puberty, but about trans experience, which probably wasn't planned, but maybe it was. I will continue to read it of course, but it is interesting to me that such a chill manga is so widely spoken about. Well, I guess manga fans just like me like drama and dramas more than action, which is more popular in anime fans. God, talking about such popular manga gives me anxiety, but I need to talk about yet another one. Love Bullet is another big ongoing Yuri after the guy she was, Green Yuri, that I decided to give a shot. It's quite nice that community went out of their way to uplift series so close to cancellation. I wouldn't want to see another Scarlet, and I hope to see more of those team efforts in the community, honestly. Manga is about cupids in short. In the long there is a whole system and dynamics to follow, reincarnation, superpower, conflicts, etc, complicated stuff. In the same way Ruri Dragon is boys version of Kaiju Girl, I think Love Bullet is boys' version of It's Too Soon to Fall in Love with God, which I talked about last time. The difference is that in Love Bullet we go from human to Cupid, and in Too Soon it's from Cupid to human, and then from Cupid to human to Cupid, and in Love Bullet from human to Cupid to human. I really like first few chapters of first volume. They were very beautiful. Panels here have an amazing cinematic feel that I'm pretty sure made everybody fall in love with it. If the story was less action focused, I probably would also like second volume, but I have an ick for characters saying, "No, it's getting interesting," and insert crazy face. I think concept of finding perfect matches for people gives enough drama where we don't need drama of inner Cupid conflict on top of that, but that's just my opinion. Plus character drama of why each Cupid became a Cupid would be plenty interesting too, I think. I don't have anything against the manga, it's just not for me. I don't read that much shonen paced stuff, but I still wish all the best to this manga because it's Yuri and Yuri is God. Thank you. Did everybody know? Just clicked off the video after I didn't praise the hell back to big series that were praised by everybody else on the internet. Okay, then now I can talk about some fun stuff I care more about. Elden Ring: Road to the Erdtree, which is a parody manga about Elden Ring's plot and gameplay. As you could see in my older video, I'm quite fond of Elden Ring. I think it's neat. I like Rani a lot, and Alexander. It's something me and my wife bond over. I'm not the best at playing it though, but let's talk about the manga. I have been reading it for quite a bit, like 3 years now, and lately I've decided to drop it. I know I will never show my pile of dropped manga on this channel. Don't get me wrong, I really love how breathtaking the art style is, because women are drawn like beautiful beings out of space and men are also there. I would love to see more of the super dark yet beautiful style in manga, but it suffers from a lot of formulaic interactions. Person A says something, person B reacts. And I know that a lot of Japanese humor is reaction based, but this manga at some point just became two heads talking to each other and from time to time making a funny expression. It made for uneventful reading experience, and before I knew it, reading this manga felt like reading instructions to IKEA bookshelf. Which fact it hurts because it's so beautiful, but RIP and we move on. But thankfully, we have a whole demographic that is full of beautiful pages and gorgeous female characters, and men are also there. First of all, Please Let Me Get Used to Love is, first of all, nice. It's one of the newer shoujo series, as I am writing the second volume is in the making, and I only read first. But I want to read more of it, of course. This series is Tsun x Tsun pairing of a maid and a butler to a femboy ruler, and so very cute. I have yet to see a character I don't like, and the romance will be interesting to follow since both of the romance protagonists are very Tsun and very daring. I'm looking forward to reading more of it, and I hope the series has shining future ahead of it. I don't think I have to worry about it, since almost every manga haul channel I follow already bought it. There's another series I hope even more will have shining future ahead of it, and yes, I need those segues to make people watch longer, so please bear with them. Josu Danshi to Dansou Joshi wa Onnai couple is gender bending almost T4T manga that I am so glad to see, since I mostly like to read shoujo. I don't get a lot of non-heteronormative couples I, as a trans man, can relate to. It's not only a win for femboy lovers, but also tomboy lovers, which means it's a win for everybody on the freaking earth. I don't know how much the author is aware of trans implications of their manga within even first 3 pages, but I like it a lot. The couple here is so cute, I love them so much, mostly because both of them are so cool and stylish. I don't know who I relate to more here, but that's a trans struggle, Do you wanna be a feminine boy or a masculine girl? If you're under T umbrella, please read it. I will say that the art style might seem a bit rough around the corners and chapters are very quick to read, but I am rooting for this manga. I would love to have a physical of this title on my shelf, so I hope it's not going to be stuck in digital hell or worst of all, cancelled. I noticed that I covered 2 titles with very little chapters in a row, so let's talk about something more substantial. Like Yuri. My Girlfriend's Not Here Today is another manga on my redemption list. What I mean by that is that I have dropped it before and decided to give it another shot, and oh my fucking god, I must have been such a baby to drop it before. Seriously, just because something showcases something I don't agree with doesn't mean it's bad. I should probably say what manga is about, and it's basically one of those cheating Yuri manga, the subgenre that arrives at some point. Might be much for some people, I know it was for me at first, since it fully tries to justify cheating, but it is justified in this specific situation. That's for you to find out while reading, of course. This manga has amazing character drama, everybody's so well written. Each character has their own motivation, justifications, and thoughts behind what they do. I especially like Fuko since her character really shines in volume 5 and up. I don't know if she shines in a good light, but interesting one for sure. Art style is also quite amazing, everything has such beautiful soft lines and is drawn with this full adoration towards characters it writes about. Some panels are really gorgeous and make me have sparkles in my eyes. Yeah, it's a really good manga. I'm looking forward to the next volume. Let's just stick with more Yuri since that's what I love the most. Can I Call You Unnie is yet an undiscovered gem that I'm pretty sure if given some more recognition would be loved as much as Green Yuri, if not more. This manga came into tiny spotlight when mangaka posted a fanart of some K-pop idols. Sorry, I'm not into K-pop with much. Which is so on point since this manga is about love between retired lesbian K-pop idol and her long devoted fan. Couldn't have a better promotion, huh? I hope more people will check this out since genuine representation of sapphic idols and a woman that is just discovering her sexuality is so beautiful. And hey, just in time for Pride Month. Let's go. I can't yet say much about it since the story is just beginning, but trust me when I say art style is gorgeous and dynamic between soon-to-be couple amazing. It really reminds me of My Girlfriend is Devilishly Sweet, which I love. Manga has 1 volume out for now, and not knowing when it became quite dear to me. If you are going to give one manga here a chance, give it this one. Okay. One more Yuri for the list, okay? I know I talk about Yuri a lot. Wanna skip school in the Infirmary? It's a really fucking hard word for me to say. It's something I was truly rooting for since the art style is so sharp. But folks, I didn't know it would come to this, but this one is boring. The dynamic we are presented with is that of a student admiring her sensei. It's not about dynamic, I guess. A little risque, perhaps. Taboo, even. I think the story balances the dynamic quite okay, but in the end it still does feel like grooming, so here's your red flag if you needed one. And I don't know why something so out there can end up being so boring. And the whole series is only 3 volumes long. It felt like it should have been one shot, honestly. The repeatability of interactions and just genuine dull energy just didn't stick with me. A shame. Truly, but not every Yuri can be a shining masterpiece. But for my Yuri fans here, we have one more manga that might not be Yuri but has the same appreciation for women. Onnanoko ga iru basho is written by actual Sapphic legendary Yamaji Ebine that brought us a lot of works I'm quite fond of, such as Love My Life. This one-volume manga is a collection of stories about young girls around the world and their struggle in living as a girl. We have a girl from India, Morocco, South Arabia, etc. Of course Japan as well, because it's Japanese. Each story really is given lots of love and could be turned into a whole manga series of its own. Nothing feels rushed or disrespectful. It's just stories about girls striving for independence and knowledge in a world where odds are stacked against them. It's a really good manga, not a long one. You should read it if you care about women's issues. Now, it's a little unfortunate timing since I just talked about a very feminist book, but I still have to talk about Lilim Holic. But maybe we can make this work? Yes, this manga is an ecchi series, which isn't regular on my plate, but the art style really charmed me like the incubus magic presented in the story, Garai and so smooth. Now I don't even have to tell you what the manga is about. I really like the whole system of how incubuses are presented in the story, like there's a whole power system, social dynamic, and all that good world building stuff that you wouldn't expect from an ecchi romance. So I have some high expectation for this one. The series of course is just in the making, not even one volume is out yet, but with how frequent the chapters are, it's a matter of maybe a month or two. I don't have a good transition to Nezumi's first love, but let's interrogate what is this thing that The Weeknd liked so much to post a picture recommending it. I was not ready for what I was going to witness. I really thought it's going to be something special, but instead I was met with yet another sex, gore and little girl romance you can find in such things as Murder Tube or An Abnormal Person's Love. This whole genre of mixing sex and violence isn't of course exclusive to Japan, and as a lot of Western shock movies like this were made as well. But I always found it weird when this kind of stories would come big, grabbing even people that weren't necessarily seeking out such content. This manga's plot is so basic: little girl assassin that supposedly has no emotions but still falls in love with somebody and decides to protect them. It's this fantasy of she would kill anybody, but not me. It is big both in woman and man media. I have not found anything special outside of this formula in this manga, which really makes me wonder why The Weeknd liked it so much. I was expecting some kind of sparkle, some kind of big revelation, but no. And most importantly, the guy Nezumi falls for sucks so much. My guy really on his deathbed didn't say he loves her, but that he regrets not having sex with her. Just the writing in this manga sucks so bad. The bad guys are cartoonishly evil, and the good guys are just wet wipes to step on. I was also going to address Nezumi being sexualized even though she looks like a 10-year-old, but I decided not to address the obvious. Sorry for getting so heated up here, but I was just really disappointed in this series. Let's have a breather with a little manga haul. finish off the video, here are some other things I read that I don't have enough to say about. Here they are on the screen. And also some things I wanted to read but didn't have time or resources to read. Ta-da! Thank you all for watching. Please subscribe for more manga recommendations. Like the video if you enjoyed it. And yeah, this time it was short but more concise, I think.